I was here as they were setting the place up and constructing it as it is. I mean, it doesn't look like it did back then anymore. Some walls have disappeared. And this was 26 years ago, almost 27 years ago. They just wanted a place for themselves, you know, where they felt like they belonged and others could feel the same way. Back in the day, there wasn't as many things to do in places like this. You know, everything felt very much the same, and people were just looking for something different. You know, there was a niche that wasn't filled in the community. We were one of the first vegetarian places around, or exclusively vegetarian. You know, we were doing live music, DJs, and sort of campy events throughout the years that just kind of kept people entertained and was offering something that maybe you weren't finding elsewhere. You know, people are lined up at the bar waiting to get drinks, talking to the bartenders, talking to the person next to them, talking to the DJs, making requests. Occasionally, people would start dancing. It was a lot of fun and a lot going on. It was lively, for sure. We had our anniversary, you know, so our 25th, which was a big one. We had some good events booked that were drawing people in. There's a lot of nostalgia bringing people back. Things were going pretty well for us, truthfully. And then the pandemic hit. We thought, oh, we're gonna be shut down for a few weeks and, you know, then we'll get back at it. And most talks seemed to be that this was just temporary measures to get this under control. At that point, our business went down to nothing. We found some old merch and stuff we had kicking around that we were just like, well, you know, we'll sell that for nostalgia purposes. When they allowed beer and alcohol to be sold, we very quickly adopted that model. So we started serving out the front door, only opening one day a week. And then just after Easter of that year is when we got locked out. I showed up here one morning to find handwritten notices on old dot matrix printer paper, taped all the windows and boards across all the doors, and the locks changed. So we had no access in here at all at that point. We knew for months he kind of wanted us gone. Our landlord had received an offer from somebody who wanted an empty building, and so our landlord believed that our lease was not valid and boarded up the place on us. We were then locked out for about 5 weeks with a court battle. It was pretty stressful. A lot of sleepless nights, you know, as I pace around the house trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. With how little money we were making through the pandemic already, to go back down to zero in that point and try and have to pay bills and all the rest of it was a lot. We went to court. The judge could see no evidence to the claims that were there. So we were granted a reprieve from the lockout, and he was told to give us access immediately. We got back in here about the first week of May, second week of May, and just picked it up that following Sunday and ran with it. You know, people were very supportive. Like when they came, you know, there were people who would buy a shirt that was clearly 3 sizes too large for them, but they just wanted to help out. But I owe a lot of credit to the kitchen. Anya, our chef, her creativity was fantastic and really kept people coming in and wanting to see what she'd come up with week after week. We just kind of stuck with what we were doing and waited till the government told us we could do more. So I discovered it down in Michigan, was the first place I saw. I walked into a bar down there and they had it. And then I sort of realized, well, we can can anything in here. So I talked to one of our bartenders. She started working very hard at adjusting recipes. We started canning cocktails and they took off like crazy. We don't know what to expect at this point. Fridays and Saturdays, they're like a party where only half the guests showed up. It doesn't have the same feel that it once did. You're sort of wondering when everyone else is gonna come through the door. I care about the place. I want it to be here. I want it to exist. Right now, it's fun and we're entertaining people. They're showing up and they're filling the seats for whatever seats are here. And we're thankful that they're doing it.